I speak with corrupted tongue.
Recognize the underworld since I was young. Recognize the underworld since I was young. Recognize the underworld since I was young. I speak with corrupted tongue. Recognize the underworld.
Here we are, goddammit. Yet another episode, another chapter, another installment. Corrupted Conversations. This is what it is. The saga continues. Now, I go by Henry Blanco, aka Young Oprah Winfrey. Only when I file my taxes, goddammit. Young Angie Martinez, 5 seconds away from booking an illegal trip to get illegal facial surgery to look like Miss Angie Martinez. And you ask why? Well, I'll let you know for the first and last time. And I'm lying because I'm gonna keep letting you know. I am the voice of New York, goddammit. Not soon to be anymore. Not soon to come. Pause. We here. We have arrived. Check your Google Maps and let me put my files in your Google Drive. This is what it is. This is what it is. yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was off the. You know what I mean? Like, listen, we here. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting thus far, sharing, liking, commenting, sending it to your mother, your father, your tia, the Bronx Zoo. Send that shit to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that we here and we here to stay. We have arrived. We have another special episode. What we have here is a professional DJ, professional hairstylist, professional bash coordinator, a friend of mine, someone that I want to see win, and last but not least, a returning guest. I have 10 words here.
10 of them?
10 of them.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
5 times 2, goddammit. 5 plus 5, 8 plus 2. So many ways to describe it.
Quick
I got
maths.
10 words. I'm going to throw these 10 words at you like a lightning round. I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, God. I hope what comes out of my mouth is appropriate.
Listen.
Hey, yo.
Shout out to appropriation. We came to win, and we got some H2O. You won't get no attention from me. Fuck your company, but shout out to your product. I think that might have been the craziest thing I've ever said. Fuck your company, but shout out to your product. I'm sure somebody feels that way about me, and it's all good. Listen, clip out. We're going to get straight into it. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Come on. First one. Clip out. Fear.
Can't lead with it.
You want to do a little bit more elaborating on that?
I feel like it's so easy to, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? But it's like, what was the signs? Like, what's the worst that can happen? It's like, you got to switch it to what's the best that can happen.
Ooh.
So leading with fear stops you. Like, you're kind of hindering your progress or your growth because you're leading with fear. Don't do that.
Was it a long process to get to that point, to look at fear like that, or have you always looked at it like that?
Hell yeah. That was honestly it's difficult. Stepping into your greatness is difficult. And like, you feel, who you are. There's a version of yourself in your head that exists who's epic and amazing. But then there's also you right now. And it's like, what's separating me from that version of myself? Insecurities, fear. What did China Street say? She said the fear is on the door.
The handle on the door.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
And when she had said that, I was like, bruh, because
Facts.
the minute you get over your fear, you open a whole new door to a whole new level. But I think we're going to touch base on that later on in other topics. But
Absolutely. Next one. We're going to get straight to it. Next one. Bow. Bike life.
Bike life.
What can you tell the people about bike life? You like bikes, huh?
I love bikes. I love every kind of bike. Pedal bike, dirt
Where's that
bike.
come from?
I've just always loved like riding bikes since I was like young, and I just feel like I'm flying. It's the closest I'm gonna get to flying, and I just love the vroom. I kind of have a need for speed, and I learned how to ride like a 4-wheeler this summer, and I thought that was really fucking cool. I
love that.
Trying to learn how to ride a dirt bike. It's really not much of a difference, but I want to be like versatile, and I really want to learn them tricks. Like, I feel like I'm not going to stop until I get to that point. I want to know what that shit feels like. That to me is like, it's like a whole new like hobby that I want to conquer, but right now I feel like I have so many other things on my plate, and it's getting cold, so it's like, let me just relax and tap in.
Would you consider yourself a thrill addict? Like you like do you like roller coasters? That's mad left field, but like if you like bikes, if you like that type of adrenaline, like would you consider yourself an adrenaline junkie?
Absolutely adrenaline junkie. I just don't like how roller coasters be leaving your stomach feeling like it's
All
up
type
here
of
and then
crazy,
down there. But like with the bikes, I really just like. I love the aesthetics, like the pictures, the videos, like. I think they're so captivating. It's so entertaining. And I just want to be able to do that shit. Yo, the day I'm able to do a wheelie is fucking clipped.
Yeah. And bike culture is such a big culture too,
It
right?
is.
Like the motherfuckers like live and die by that shit. Like
Yeah. And like being able to like ride, it's universal. You could do that shit anywhere. And I want to ride everywhere because it's different sceneries everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I was just in Miami and like riding in Miami is so fire because it's like you got palm trees on palm trees and it's so beautiful. Each place has a beautiful like scenery to offer. So yeah.
I love that. Now we talked about it a little bit, but we're gonna talk about it now a little bit more. Bow, breakfast. How important is breakfast? Are you a breakfast person in general? I know you're a breakfast person. You know, you explained what you had this morning. But like I had G Media here. He's not a breakfast person. He says you should fast. He says it's too heavy. Kind of makes him feel like going back to sleep. How do you feel about that?
I feel breakfast as I grew up, my mom was like, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, like load the fuck up, and that's how I've always been. So I never skip breakfast. I cannot. I literally like feel like I can't function. And the people that skip breakfast usually eat really late, and they're like still full. That's what I've observed.
Right.
But I usually have healthier breakfast. I try to make myself like a green juice, a smoothie, put some protein, just so that like you're starting off with some good fuel. If you're like putting the bad gas in the car and you surprised shit ain't going right, it's the same shit.
Like I had a conversation with an individual one day, and they were like, "Yo, going to IHOP." And you having an IHOP breakfast, you're fucking sending your blood level, your sugar levels through a fucking maze. Like you're having fucking pancakes, eggs, bacon, syrup, coffee with sugar. Like if you really think about it, it's fucking nuts.
Terrible.
But it's delicious.
Life is about balance. You can indulge in that here and there, but then you know how G was like, it makes him want to go back to sleep. It's like, well, what are you eating? That's itis.
True.
You have a tres golpes, you're going to be full, but you want to take a nap right after.
For sure. It's tricky, but consume what I guess works for your body, right? Like you got to study your body. It is what it is. Next one, Bow, Tokisha. What can you tell the people about Toki? You had a run in, right? You had a moment with Tokisha, right? Talk to the people. They gotta hear this.
So, long story short, I braid a lot of cool ass fucking people. Shout out Ed. He's an amazing photographer, amazing person, one of my favorite people for sure. And he's been my client for I think quite some time now. I don't know, maybe a year. And he takes amazing pictures, and he's tapped in with so many dope people. And long story short, hits my DM. He's like, hey, Tokisha wants you for this time. Can you do it? And I was like,
first of all, what?
What?
Where are you when you get this text? Like, what is going on?
Okay, so I'm
paint it for the people.
So the night before I DJ'd Uptown. Okay. So I'm tired.
I bet.
I'm tired. DJing Uptown is a whole different like ball game.
Yeah.
And then it's far. I get home. I'm late. I'm tired. It's late. I'm tired. I wake up because I got a whole day booked at the shop. I got mad clients that day. Right. I'm on the train as I opened this message. The first thing I did was dub it.
Really?
Can you believe that?
I can't. Legitimately can't.
I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. Just because I was like, because when I work with celebrities, it's on their time. They tell you to be there at this time. When do you usually start? Maybe in a whole hour and a half after that.
It's a lot of social fuel too, right? Like
and like I'm like, is it really worth it? Type shit. And I had to move a lot of my clients that day and like literally bend over backwards. And shout out Lisa. Lisa was able to take some of my clients, and then after I did Tokisha's hair, I went back to the shop at like 7-8 o'clock to finish the rest of my clients who were down to
grinding.
Bro, like people don't understand what's behind that one picture,
grinding. Are you a big fan of Tokisha?
I am. I really am. So
even to dub it is like crazy.
Yeah,
but that just shows how busy of a person you are.
You know what? I'm really learning my boundaries and getting good at saying no. And then I spoke to Lisa about it. She's like, you need to go do that. And I was like, bet. All right, cool.
Murder.
And because she was able to help me out and take care of my clients that day, because it's hard. I had like 5-6 people.
Right.
So I got to fix my whole day around one person.
Crazy.
It's a lot. And those people already paid.
Right,
like all those
right.
clients already paid. So for me to be like, just cancel it, it's like, what if they have really important things going on, you know?
Very true.
But also, how often do you get a call that Tokisha needs you here at this
Right.
time? So I was like, all right, cool, made it happen.
Where is here?
It was in
Manhattan?
Midtown. Yeah.
Midtown, okay.
It's New York Fashion Week.
Okay.
And wow, this is really funny based off the first conversation we had.
About the whole fashion week, writing
Yeah.
it down, and then it just happened, right?
Yes, exactly.
Love that.
And about a week before, I be like manifesting, but I don't get too specific. And I was like, I want to do like another celebrity soon. I don't know who, what, where, when, whatever, how, but I just want it to happen. And God was like, I bet, watch this. And I was like,
Wow.
And then I dubbed it like a dummy, but then I made it happen. I took a Uber all the way, like, boom, let's go, what we doing? And she was really nice. She's very like soft-spoken. She's a nice person. It was just a lot going on. She had just got off a flight.
Right.
And, that was the day she was, it's New York Fashion Week. Everybody's outside trying to decide what outfit to wear.
Right.
And it's like, bro, it really takes a team. And it was really cool to be in that situation because I was in the hotel room with her and her peoples, like, and she's getting ready, make sure, this is right. And it's like, just for one outfit to make sure it's the way you want to execute, there's like 3 people making sure, make sure the straps are like this, make sure these kind of socks are going with that. Like,
Wow.
It's not a game. Like,
Yeah.
the image really needs to be maintained, especially it's Fashion Week, so.
And she's a star, so if they gotta keep that representation up there,
Can't be
It's the
lacking.
whole system.
So, it was cool to get a sneak peek of that because I feel like, one day that's going to be us. And you need to
Absolutely.
have solid people around you that you can trust and work with to on the road of greatness type
Absolutely.
shit.
Absolutely. We're gonna keep it moving. You hear it here first. We're gonna keep it moving. Bow. Knickerbocker. What can you tell me about the infamous Knickerbocker?
Man, I love Knickerbocker so much. I lived there for a couple years and I love that area because it's like so dense in culture. It's fucking loud at all times.
Yeah.
Where I lived, like I could hear the music. Like I see them smoking hookah right across the street every single day. They're playing dominoes a few feet from my doorstep. And it's mad cool, but it is definitely distracting because
Okay, all right.
you trying to rest and you hear taka taka taka, like
Oh Lord.
And
oh man.
a part of me loves that, right? But at the same time, it's like, I need to rest, and you hear sirens and people yelling, like, cool. And there's nights where I just want to chill, and then I hear all that, and I'm like, damn, I want to go outside now because it's so live. Like, the energy is too strong. But since I moved, I don't really have it like that anymore. And there's been some significant evolving, which is good because, you are a product of your environment.
Very true, very true. Shout out to Knickerbocker, legendary strip. We're gonna keep it moving. Bow. Intuition. What can you say about intuition?
Follow it.
Why?
Because, so I had said in a video, like, if you ignore your intuition, you already fucked up twice. Because you already knew from the jump you wasn't supposed to do that. Now you in a situation that you're like, man, I wasted time, this person's time. I could have just easily said no and not wasted nobody's time, whatever it may be. And I love the example. It's like, if you get off at the wrong train stop, you knew you were supposed to be there early you were supposed to get off earlier. Now you got to get off at this train. Maybe you got to cross the street to get to the other side. Now you're delayed. Like, you don't know what if that train doesn't come. Now you fucked yourself over. So it's a you can cause big delays in your life if you don't listen to your intuition.
Are you surrounded by things that might blur it sometimes? At this point in your life?
I don't think so. Just because I feel like people I'm surrounded by are all fire. I feel like everybody is really learning to build their boundaries and say no.
Right.
And or yes. Because every time you follow your intuition, you're right.
Right.
Whether it's something that you're supposed to do or what you're not supposed to do.
Right. Listen, you hear it here first. We're going to keep it moving. Bow. Tequila.
2 shots
Oh
of tequila.
man.
Yeah, tequila.
Yeah, tequila.
Tequila.
Is it your choice of liquor when you are involving yourself in festivities?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because it's like, it's chill, you know? But if I'm trying to wild out a little bit of Douce.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying?
A little bit of the you say.
Whatever you say. Yeah, so tequila is always a good balance. It gets you in that right, like, bag, but you not wildin', but the dark liquor make me want to fight somebody.
Right. Listen, I can vouch for that.
Yo,
I can vouch. Trust me, I can vouch for that. Shout out to tequila. We're going to keep it moving. Bow. Forrest Gump.
my name Forrest Gump.
What can you tell people about Forrest Gump as far as like how you digested that film and what it does for you?
I love that movie just because he is so himself, and being himself had brought him to so many different like ventures in life in which he like excelled, even though he had, you know, disabilities in different ways, but he still like overcame it and became the best, made his disability his strength, you know? And he was still shitting on people, you feel me?
Right.
Even though they didn't expect it, and like underestimating Homeboy, but Homeboy came out on top. And, you know, I feel like that's a lot that we can relate to, because people I love when I get underestimated, because now I have this great opportunity to like shit on you.
Yeah, that's real talk though. That's real talk. I feel like when you get underestimated, at least in my eyes, my experience is like, yeah, it kind of builds a chip on your shoulder a little bit, which is a lot of people would be like, oh, that's a bad thing. You shouldn't have a
Humbly though, like
humbly.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm here to shit on you, but I brought toilet paper, so you alright. You know what I mean? Like, you go get it together.
Yeah, like, you know, because when you know who you are, nothing can really affect you, whether it's a bad comment or like a great one. So if you tell me I'm trash, I know I'm not trash. So I've deflected that. I do not agree that it's not going to penetrate my psyche at all. So, oh, you think I'm trash? Watch this. But I would never talk back and give them that energy. I just let my actions and skills speak for itself.
100%. Using the avenue of actions instead of dialogue is probably the best way to go about it, right? Like,
Facts.
because like when you show that chip on your shoulder, or you show that like, oh, I'm trying to show you that I'm not trash, but you say it, I kind of feel like saying it devalues and waters it down. When you know, in all actuality, I feel like the action itself is potent enough.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Potent is a good
Come
word.
on, we out here right now. Shout out to Webster Dictionary. We came to win. We came to win. God damn it! This is what it is. Next one, bow. Amazon Prime.
So convenient.
I'm trying to tell you. I just bought a hard drive the other day and it came the next day.
Yo, like what?
Let's get it.
Yo, and Amazon Fresh, like
Amazon Fresh.
you know what Amazon Fresh
Nah.
is? Bro.
What is that?
It's groceries.
Oh, okay, yes,
Yeah,
okay.
and it like arrives the day of or the day after, depending on availability. But
What's the catch? Is it a little bit pricier?
It's actually better prices.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
wow.
It's crazy. And because where I used to live on Knickerbocker, I had mad places to get food. There was a
Right.
grocery store like literally on like the second block. Where I live right now, there's like nothing. It's like there's like a couple like delis, but it's not nothing like Knickerbocker.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to do a compra and I cannot. Like it just was so out of my way. And then my friend put me onto that, and I was like,
It pulls up the day of?
yeah, and like they literally
shit.
come up the stairs to your building and drop it at your
Like,
fucking
toma.
door. At your door. I don't gotta lift the groceries up the stairs.
Give me my cabbage.
Yo.
Motherfucker. Leave it at my door.
Yeah, no, it's just extremely convenient. So like
Amazing.
that's how it goes.
Amazing. This is what it is. Last one. Bow. Banga bash.
Wow.
Wow. What can you tell people about? We're gonna talk about last night, but what can you tell the people about, you know, this is your baby.
Yeah.
What can you tell the people about the process of creating this? You know, how you just let's speak on that. Let's speak on the foundation. Banga bash. Where does this idea come from?
Well, shout out EK. EK has always helped me with so many different projects and
Shout out,
ventures.
bro.
And it was just kind of like an experiment at first. And he kind of like threw me in the deep end. He's like, just do it. Like, just try it. And then I didn't even want to name it Banga Bash because I felt like ooh, it sounds like it's about me. And it's like, it's not about me. Just, you know, you have to maintain on brand.
Right.
And stamp your name on it. You know what I mean? Like, this is my shit.
And it rolls off the tongue.
Exactly.
You know,
alliteration is always
100%,
great.
100%.
Logo-wise, the B's, great. And when I hear Banga Bash, I would like people to relate it to like immaculate vibes because it really, the people in the room, the music, just the vibes is all fucking point every time.
I love that. I love that. Banga Bash, goddamn it. Now let's break down a little bit of last night. We're coming straight off of Banga Bash Volume 4.
Right. I think I'm still a little drunk. No,
I'm a little bit still in the mix. How are you feeling about the turnout? It was packed.
I
can tell y'all right now, it was packed outside and inside.
Yeah.
You feel me? What can you tell? What was your energy when you seen the amount of people that came out to support? What? How can you describe that?
It's kind of undescribable because like I had a moment when I've had several moments. It just kept happening in my head. Like when I was on the stage and just looking down, I'm like, I really fucking did this.
Let's fucking get it.
That shit is crazy to me because it's so beautiful bringing something from your mind into real life and then real life giving you more than what you expected. You know, it's like, and because it was the 4th installation yesterday, it's constantly growing. It's like a snowball effect. It just keeps rolling and it's like bigger and bigger. And it's like, you know, once you provide people with a feeling, they remember how you made them feel.
Right.
Oh, the last one was lit. I'm definitely going to the next one. Right, you know what I mean? And like,
absolutely.
Our peoples is always down to be outside. If it's nice outside, there's nothing stopping us.
That's a fact.
I love all my friends, and I have a lot of different networks, and because I throw this, of course, these people come together, and like everybody I know is lit as fuck one way or another, and everybody's just gorgeous. All my friends are beautiful.
There we go. Shout out to beautiful people.
Aesthetically pleasing humans. And then bringing all that in a room, good vibes, good intentions, everybody coming together can create magic. Different collaborations and whatnot happening like naturally, but putting people, what did you say, meeting of minds?
The meeting of the minds.
Yeah, because everybody's very like intelligent, in tune with themselves,
for sure.
in touch with their purpose or whatever it may be in their talent. So it's like whoever you accidentally bump into a Banga Bash probably got mad shit going on that can help you one way or another, or you would love to support because whatever they're doing is lit. Right.
Yeah, me and the bro EK kind of talked about it. I think we came up with this conversation, you know, through the other volumes, you know what I mean, the past Banga Bashes. It's like, it's a party, but there's a lot of money in that room.
You feel me?
There's a lot of people that, you know what I mean, are going to be something, are going to be someone. And
that's a fact.
It's interesting and it's a beautiful thing watching like motherfuckers outside. I was outside drunk, just talking to people, having a full blown conversation with different individuals in different, you know, scenarios throughout the night, and I had to really be like, wow, like, because I know, I know me, I know where I'm going. You feel me? But then I feel like that same energy from them, from just the whole setting, and I was like, that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's more than a party.
Yeah,
it's way more than a party.
It's like all stars coming together. Yeah. I would definitely say like everybody's just so individually lit.
Right.
Everybody can be a helping hand to one another in one way or another, or just even great energy exchange, like great conversation. Everybody's mad funny and like you know what I mean. So much character in that room.
For sure, 1000%, absolutely. What are one of your favorite parts of the process? I guess let's go promotion wise when it comes to promoting, because the flyer. Ridiculous. Yo. Who did the flyer?
King Pastrami.
Shout out to you. Shout out to King Pastrami. That flyer go crazy. And I feel like that plays a big part.
Yeah, because it's eye catching. It got to be captivating, you know. And we wanted to flip a brand, so we flipped Boobaloo, and it was just so aesthetically pleasing with the twos, the Banga Bash, and Boobaloo, like.
You knew already when you first saw it? How did that work? Did you give him that idea? Or did he pull up? Like, how'd that work? Like, you threw that, you pitched him that, like, yo, do this, see if you could do this. How'd that work? Like,
basically, yeah, me and EK were brainstorming, and we were talking about different brands that we wanted to flip that were, like, maybe influential to us, that touched on, like, you know, Hispanic heritage just because, like, you know, growing up, you see that in the stores, whatever.
Chicle.
Yo, last night, I don't know if did I ask you? I was like,
Yeah, you did. Somebody came up. Yeah, nah, you did. You pulled up with chicle. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Pulled up with some gum.
I was like, do you want a chicle?
Yeah, it was going down. It was good. But that helps it's on brand.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's smart. You gotta do shit like that.
Just
you know
because
what I mean?
it's fun, you know?
Absolutely.
Shout out Amazon, because they sent that to me like the next day after I ordered it.
So what it is, Young Amazon, you heard? Young Amazon.
Silly.
What are your favorite parts of the night? Like as you're like in the mix, you said already, you know, you had a moment where you were on the stage and you saw the amount of people and it was like, you know what I mean? It was a moment, you digested it. But aside from that, when it comes to running around, and what can you say are some of your favorite parts? Or even if it's just one, I don't know, like anything that you can recall throughout the night where you're like, damn, that was kind of a blur, but I remember that I did that and that shit was fire. Is there anything?
feel like-
from saying hi to people, like
Yeah.
the little things that go a long way. What can you recall? Because we was wavy, we was having a good time.
We were wavy
We was
donuts.
having a good time.
Yeah.
But anything that you can recall that was monumental, even in just the smallest way?
For me, just the fact that people come out
Right.
every single time, like you're seeing some faces that are always there, and that to me means the world. And then, like, you know, new faces. You took time out of your day to come to my party.
Facts.
I'm fucking grateful, because you could just be in bed, you could be at another party.
Facts.
You didn't have to come. Nobody told you to come, but you decided to. You know, and to me that just means the world, because it's like, you don't have to be there.
Love that.
But why would you want to miss a
Come on
great,
now.
immaculate time?
What are the future plans for Banga Bash? Where do you see this going?
That's crazy.
Like, let's talk. Yeah, we here. This is what it is. Let's speak it into existence. We got the wires. We got the camera. We got the machinery. What are the plans for Banga Bash?
I really thank you for
course,
this question. You know
of
what's crazy?
course.
I did an interview yesterday as well, and I got asked this, and my answer was, I don't know yet. Like, I need to sit down with myself, like, very honestly, and go, like, what are we doing? What is the intentions? What are the goals? And, you know, as far as right now, if you don't know what you're doing, you just got to be consistent. I think, you know, and building on, like, your past mistakes and stuff like that. But the bigger picture, like, I would love for it to get way bigger. Like, I want to start having, like, you know, performances and stuff like that. That would be really cool. Just growing bigger venues, like trippier effects and shit like
love that.
And we got to keep one-upping ourselves every single time.
Right.
And honestly, it's hard. Like, I do a lot by myself. EK helps me a lot for sure.
Shout out, bro.
But it's me, like, sourcing
Of
and
course.
and I'm really a one-man team.
You feel the stress.
Bro,
This is what it is. Yeah, people need to hear this though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when it comes to, you know, social media, a lot of it is NBA highlights.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And they only see like the positive. They don't know the other stuff that happens where you're like, man, I actually need 5 drinks right now. Get away from me. You don't even know what's going on.
What?
But people need to hear that. So, do you have any venues in mind? Let's just speak it into existence. Do you have anything that you see Banga Bash infiltrating? Let's just speak it into existence. Fuck it.
Fuck it. I wanted to get big so I could, like, do, like, Shemansky or, like, Bar Shimmy. I love those venues. They're fucking huge. And the sound is just amazing. The aesthetic is amazing. Like, I just want to provide that, like, experience for people. You know what I mean? And when it comes to my parties, one thing that I really like is that I have control, and when the DJs hit me, they're like, what am I playing? I'm like, play whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
And, like, you don't get that at every party. Like, as a DJ, you know, you go uptown, you particularly hear a menu of things.
Right.
People that step out are expecting to hear certain songs.
Right.
Or, you know, this menu, these genres. But I love open format. Like, I want it to just, it's freedom for the DJs
Right.
to be able to express themselves in a different way. And then us spectators hearing different things with the dope twist. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to just hear that anywhere.
Right. And that's what makes you a connoisseur, though.
Ooh.
That's what makes you
I like
a
that.
tastemaker. No, for real, though, because you wouldn't give that freedom to just any DJ, right? So you chose these DJs knowing I'm gonna give you this freedom because I trust your taste palette.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another thing I love about it. It's like I'm able to provide opportunities for the homies. Like I love that. I love being able to put money in somebody else's pocket through something we did together through like art. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
And be able to put people on who people don't really know about yet. Like I have some like younger DJs who I'm like, you are fire. You're gonna do amazing. People don't know about you yet, but guess what? People know me, so I'm gonna put you on, and then they can get to know you.
100%.
Because if you judge people just off their Instagram or their lack of posting this and that, and you're like a promoter from whatever, and they're not, you know, let's say marketing themselves the way they should just yet, but the talent is there. I'm here to help.
Right.
Let's put you on.
For sure.
Let's put you into that lane so that you can slowly build yourself up. You know, like there's so many different factors as a DJ that you need to slowly build, you know, like mic presence and just like, and you need to have a crowd to be able to experience that feeling so that you can maybe get over the fear of like being on the mic or something like that. Before I was terrified of the mic. Like, can you believe that? Me. But to me, it was so intimidating.
Yeah.
And, because it's like, oh my goodness, like, what do I even say?
Right.
And for me, I had to like be practicing in my room, like pretending I'm speaking to people, just so that you could build that like muscle memory. You can't go in front of, maybe you can't go in front of a crowd and be saying shit you've never said before because it's not comfortable for you. To you, it comes naturally. You have the gift of gab. This is not, no, you're doing it.
Shout out to Gifts.
Shout out to Gifts.
Shout out to Gifts with no rap. You heard?
No cap.
Nah, you're right though, 100%.
So for people who are, you know, not usually outspoken,
right.
I want to, shout out DJ Mikey, because DJ Mikey is very quiet in person, but when he's performing,
he get busy.
Bro, like, what?
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah, so it's like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce type shit. You know, there's Beyonce and then there's her person on stage. For me, like, I'm a pretty outgoing person, but on the mic, I gotta still put on a different mask to feel more confident. And like, I'm not scared, because at the end of the day, when you're scared, it's like you're scared of what people think.
Right.
So one thing I've started to tell myself, I pretend the whole room is just like all my friends. And if all my friends were just watching me, they don't care what I'm playing. They just love me regardless. Right. You know? Right. And of course, I'm still going to do a great job, but I try to like lay that energy out for myself so that I don't come in, you know, feeling nervous, feeling like inadequate, because it's so easy to do that. If you don't see the crowd responding the way you want to, you know, you got to switch it up. And that's what makes a good DJ. Like, you pick up on energy. Like, you literally feel that shit in your soul if they didn't, you know, like, receive the drop of the song the way you wanted them to perceive it. Right. You got to switch that up. Read the room. But you have to also just embrace the room first.
Love it. To
make sure, like, it is my shit. I does this.
Right.
Okay.
I created this segment. It's called Who's Coming to the Bash and Why?
Okay.
So what we have here is 4 tiers, and each tier is a different bracket of, I guess we could say, entertainment, right? And I got boom versus boom.
Boom versus boom.
Individual versus individual. In that specific bracket, and you want to tell me who would you rather come to the bash
got it,
and why? No, we here. We have arrived. Check Google Maps. Who's coming to the bash and why? Let's start off with chefs. Chefs.
Okay.
I'm assuming maybe in the future we're going to have some food. We're going to have some cuisine.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would want to involve?
Yeah.
Some gourmet?
Absolutely.
Love that. So we're going to start off with the first tier, chefs. Gordon Ramsay, sorry, don't murder me. Mr. Gordon versus Guy Fieri.
Ooh.
Who's coming to the bash and why?
Guy Fieri.
Why?
Just because of who he is, how he is, I think is mad, like, entertaining enough.
Listen, if you dye your goatee, if your shit is frosted, you pull it up, bro. Facts. So he's mad at, so is Gordon though. Gordon is a little bit of a,
he is, but he's very like aggressive and like I don't want that energy making me feel frantic more than I already am at the moment. I don't need that.
So Guy Fieri pulling up, VIP. Nah, man. Heard it. Next tier, we're gonna go to celebs.
Okay.
Just, not to say that these people don't hold no talent, but sometimes their celebrity is more important than whatever talent they do have. So it is what it is, right? We're gonna go with Prince Harry versus Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God.
We here. We here. Who we going with? Who's coming to the bash and why? Prince Harry or Kim?
Definitely Prince Harry. Because
Explain.
we just want that accent around, bro. All my friends talk like this when we can. So, let's fuck around with that.
What's the first drink you giving him? What's the Prince Harry default drink when you look at the bartender? He's like, you look at them and you're like, he walked in. Get that drink ready.
We're gonna give him a shot of Henny.
Ooh.
Just to like let him loose and get the ratchet out, because he gotta be able to.
I feel like he got that side too, low key.
Sink into the vibes that we already offer. So you gotta be able to adjust to the.
So Kim gotta wait.
Nah,
respectfully.
She's
Respectfully, Kim. No.
Just no.
Just no. Listen, shout out to you, but also shout out to Prince Harry, and that's the way the cookie crumbles, goddammit. Next one, we're going to do performances.
Okay.
Tokisha versus Kanye.
Oh.
Tough. Who's performing at Banga Bash and why?
You know what? I'm going to say Tokisha just because that's the homie now type shit.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Gang. Because you told Toki, what we having for fucking breakfast tomorrow?
She's just a whole different energy and vibe, and she's just so herself. And with Kanye with the White Lives Matter shirt recently is kind of...
It's going crazy.
Is definitely didn't put a good taste in our mouths with
that one.
Yeah. And Toki's just an entertainer in her own way that's just like pushing so many boundaries. And it's like, we're all just like, okay, yeah, what are you doing next? Like, we're there.
Are we having a little bowl of milk?
Yeah,
for her? Ready for her? She be wildin'.
But
she's wildin'. She's a perra.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, right?
Yeah.
Perra.
She really, really embraces that. And, you got to embrace different parts of yourself. She embraces that significantly. So, it allows women to be the perra that they want to be.
Right. Do you have, as a fan, would you have any requests? Like a song, one song? You'd be like, yo, Toki, I don't want to be this person. But even if you don't tell her, in your mind, let's say you like, I hope she performs this song. Like, I hope this one song. Like, what would it be?
What would it be?
Because she got a whole catalog right now that's busting.
She does.
Her shit's slapping right now.
Why am I freezing? I love all her songs. So it's kind of hard
she makes great music. I could do without the Madonna feature a little bit.
Yeah, I wasn't...
That's her own subject in its own, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's... That shit is kind of weird to me
Super,
because it's like,
bro.
Madonna's like hanging on to like the newest thing to make it like make her relevant.
Ew.
Yeah, because it's like, you don't remember when she was doing that shit with like Britney Spears? It's the exact same like formula, kind of.
She went from kissing Drake to kissing Toki.
Yo.
Chill out. And then you look like a balloon animal.
Sorry.
I'm wildin'. I'm wildin'. Yo, that's what it is.
Balloon animal is pretty accurate, though.
Pretty accurate. I try. I try to be accurate when it comes to my insults.
Accurate.
So we're going with Toki.
Yeah.
Because I can see her going crazy.
Yeah, and like our demographic, I think, already loves Toki.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, this is what it is. Now we're going to go with DJs.
Okay.
DJ Tiesto versus DJ Steve Aoki.
Ooh, okay.
We here.
Tiesto's very legendary, but I listen to so much Aoki, and like he does the whole like cake in the face. That shit is not cool, man.
That shit crazy.
Tiesto is legendary, but I like the Aoki energy for sure. Very like fuck it, boom, and he just. The music he makes is so like captivating, bro. I love it. When I see Steve Aoki remix, I'm like, I'm taking that shit out for sure. Like, let's see what that sounds like, and it's never a letdown.
The cake situation is crazy,
right?
Would you involve that in the bash? Like you would would you be like,
yeah,
oh, we have a cake ready for you, bro?
Absolutely, because it's like that's part of his, brand. Let's make it happen.
I love that. This is what we came to do. That was the segment. Who's coming to the bash?
I love
and
it.
Why?
That was very creative.
Listen,
shout out to you for that.
We try. Listen, we try, and we speaking things into existence. Don't be surprised if these certain individuals are going to be present with the bashers to come.
Let's go.
And this is what we came to do. Ain't nobody gonna do it if you don't do it. God damn it. Speak it into existence. Now, if people follow you like I do, and we watch your reels and we watch certain videos, you have certain moments where you say some deep shit. And that's how I kind of want to describe it. You say some deep shit.
Word.
Are you a fan of deep quotes?
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a fan of motivational quotes?
Absolutely, because like these quotes help you, live life better. Or they provide a different perspective that like, creates growth within your mind. You start to apply that. Now you're not, as bothered with certain things so quickly because of this one quote that made you go, okay, keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Sometimes like we dwell so much on things and we're thinking too much. Mm-hmm. But it's like what here's one quote. It's like a fool only trips on what's behind him. Why are we tripping on something that
don't
already
even make sense?
It's not even in front of you. How you tripping on that?
Right.
So we have to remind ourselves these things.
Great segue. So I have some quotes here.
Okay.
So I have some quotes that I picked out that I want your opinion. I want you to tell me when I say them. I want you to tell me if it resonates with you. How does it resonate with you? And just anything that your thoughts produce when I said the quote.
You are so great. Let's go.
Fucking do this. We came to fucking win. Anything else is uncivilized. First place trophies. I don't do second place. I don't do third place. I don't do fourth place. Participation trophies are blasphemy.
Don't
ask for me, motherfucker. You feel me? Send me an invoice, bitch. All right, look.
It was the aggression, bitch.
You know what I mean? This is what it is.
Beautiful.
Look, first one. We cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them. How do you feel about that?
I think that's very true because it's like in order to have solved an issue, you have to have gained a new perspective, right? So that right there is growth. One way or another, like you getting over what that was, it's like, okay, well, you kind of have to... Shout out Manila Mixtape. Accept and adapt. Accept and adapt.
AA batteries.
Yeah, whatever it may be that life threw at you, you just be like, all right, cool. Process the emotion.
Right.
Adapt to it and keep it pushing. Thug it out. Like, what else are we supposed to do?
Fact. I mean, saying we cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employ when we came up with them is like, if the formula that was applied when the problem was created, it would be kind of ridiculous to use the same formula to try to fix it.
Yeah, because
don't even make sense.
No, it doesn't at all. The math ain't mathing, right?
The math ain't motherfucking mathing, and I'm a walking calculator. This is what it is. Second one, learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow.
Yeah,
talk to me.
You said learn as if you'll live forever.
Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow.
Yeah. Love that. Love that.
Talk to me. How does that resonate with you?
You always have to be a student of life, you know? Like, there's always so much to learn. And the more you learn, the more you realize you really don't know that much. Like, every time you pick up a new book, there's so much, like, new concepts that you can apply. And you see life differently after you read that book. And then when it comes to part of the second part of the... thing,
live like you will die tomorrow.
I think that is so, so important because life can be just taken away like that. Nobody knows when it's going to end, And I had a reality check. I feel like deaths be a crazy reality check.
Facts.
So my birthday was in April. Cool, awesome, Next day I had to go to a funeral. Like, that was so weird to me. So when people tell me they don't like celebrating their birthday, I get it. You don't like the attention, but you should. You should enjoy it. You gotta do something special. This is the day you came into this earth to do epic shit.
Facts.
And
Absolutely.
so there was a movie I was watching. I forgot what it was called, but long story short, it was like an older version of him that visited a younger version of him. And there was a quote in the movie, and it was like, it's later than you think. It's later than you think.
Okay.
You could be gone next week. And if you go up and God goes, yo, you didn't even do that one thing that I know you've been wanting to do, that I put you on this earth to do, you were leading yourself with fear. I don't like that. And when I see individuals who aren't living their full potential because they're scared, they're continuously living in fear, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna slap you because God
fucking get it.
Deadass, like, God
Hand
gave you
to face.
Yeah, what did the five fingers say to the face?
Come on, man.
You know, it's a disservice to not bless people with the gift that you've been blessed with.
Wow.
You know?
That's
Imagine
real.
Blanco not being Blanco.
Crazy.
No corrupted conversations.
Alternate universe doesn't make sense. This is what we came to do. I love it. Third quote. Let's go. Stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but great minds will give you a feeling that you can become great too.
Yeah, so that kind of backpacks on like what we were just saying. Like they're projecting their limits on you. So let's say you start talking to somebody about, oh, I want to do this and that, and then they immediately go, but da 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 da. It's like, yo, those are your limits. That don't apply to me. And that already got to tell you something about that friend. Is like they low key like a hater maybe because they didn't believe in us.
Right. Well, that's a fact,
God
though.
did.
God, evidently.
So I think, yeah, man, it's a lot.
It's about being around the choosing the right people to be around, right? I think that's kind of what it means. Like saying small minds, they project their insecurities on you. Great people don't mind having other great people around them.
Yeah, so like I had posted this thing. It was like a candle lighting another candle. Like that doesn't take anything away from this candle. It's still lit.
Big facts.
You know, and I love comparing ourselves to plants because we really are complicated plants. So it's like, plants, when there's a bunch of them, if this plant is lacking one thing, this plant will send over whatever it's needing. You know what I mean? So like on a day you're feeling down and I'm feeling great, guess what the fuck I'm gonna do? Uplift you.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know, remind you of your greatness because some days we don't believe it. Some days we have horrible imposter syndrome. And even though you have all these accomplishments, if you're with friends who do believe in you, they're going to remind you every single time. They're not afraid to be like, yo, you popping. What are you doing? Chin up.
Facts.
Chin up. And even for me, like, I meet a lot of talented people with great work. I don't care if they've been told it a million times. I'm going to tell you again myself and give you those flowers because I don't know what you was going through that day or whatever. Like, at the end of the day, it takes nothing from me to give to you.
Facts.
To praise somebody. Yeah, I think it's so important, bro. We got to water each other.
I love that. Man, you hear we're here for a lot of gems, a lot of potent thoughts, substantial dialogue.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? We here, man. Young Dictionary. Listen, next one. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Wait. Change your world.
Listen, we just don't quote. Listen, we here. You could disagree. I mean, listen.
Yeah, no.
What it is. Let's say it again. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world.
Okay, so
how you feel about
I have an example that comes to mind. We need to really pay attention of the words that we choose. So, for example, I was reading this book and it was saying like people love leading with a negative narrative without even realizing it. So it's like, you ask somebody, hey, how you doing? What's the first thing they say? Not bad.
Right.
Can't complain.
Right. Oh, yes.
These are all deriving from a negative, like,
Kind of. It's an undertone that's kind of like, barely making it.
Still alive.
Right.
Still kicking.
Living the dream.
I
hate when people do that. When I say, hey, how you doing? Oh, just living the dream. And it's like, damn.
Yeah, it's like, damn, you just
took
not
so
having a
much
good day.
value away from that word dream.
Yeah, it's like you just produced that tone for yourself already at the top of this conversation. And I think we need to really educate each other how strong, how powerful words are. So now when people ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, I'm doing great. And they're like, great. Because you never hear somebody saying they're doing great.
Rare.
But I am doing great.
Right.
And I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm choosing to have the narrative myself. I'm doing great. And I don't need to be like, can't complain. Of course, there's a million things you could always complain about. It's always going to be like that. But are we going to focus on that all the time?
Yeah.
That's draining.
Right, absolutely.
I'm doing great. I'm focusing on the good stuff that's happening.
Facts.
My life is not perfect, but accept and adapt. I keep it pushing. I just thug it out and keep going. What else am I supposed to do? How long am I supposed to sulk over something?
Right.
I think it's important to feel and process your emotions and like trace back to what the root is. Why do you feel that way? assess yourself and go, okay, that's where I'm lacking. I need to work on that.
Right.
And keep it pushing.
Last quote. It is only when we take chances when our lives improve. The initial and the most difficult risk that we need to take is to become honest. How do you feel about that?
honest.
Let me say it one more time because it's powerful.
Run that.
It is only when we take chances when our lives improve. The initial and the most difficult risk that we need to take is to become honest.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
You have to, like, we're talking about, like, knowing yourself, being honest. So it's like, you need to know and accept your flaws. If you kind of run away from that, it's always going to be a flaw, So if you actively work on that,
Right.
start working with your subconscious, like, let's say you're kind of insecure or like you just need more confidence. So what are you gonna do? Just stay that person and tell everybody like, yeah, I got low self-esteem. It's like, nah. You can't allow yourself to just be that. You have to work on becoming like mentally better. You have to do mental push-ups. A lot of people go to the gym and they look great, but how is it up here?
Right.
Like, are you really training yourself to, when you have a negative thought, do you know how to combat that? And like, one technique that I had read about is like focus on being present. So sometimes like terrible thoughts from the past, traumas will come into your head. And you need to realize that's not right now. So what I start doing is I start naming things in the room. Water bottle, laptop, legendary man, TV. Just so like my thoughts get distracted from that, just to build a new path.
Absolutely.
Distract myself because it's so easy to go down that path. But you have to exercise that. Yeah, it sounds kind of corny, but fuck, it works.
Yeah.
So you have to consciously work on your subconscious. If you're not trying, you are going to stay stuck in this like, mental plateau. How are you going to move forward if you always in the same mindset? You can't. It's impossible. You have to start up here to start seeing it out here. You have to fake it till you make it in whatever way you think it is.
Real talk. Nah, it's real talk because, that's kind of, to an extent, kind of what I do and kind of why I find myself always calling myself delusional to an extent because it's like, shout out to depression. We're going to give you some credit.
Yeah.
Depression is real and it can be extreme. But one thing I found is my formula to combat extreme depression is combating it with extreme confidence. Even if you feel crazy, even if you sound crazy, even if low key it offends people, even because you're not trying to offend people. But sometimes confidence can be translated, kind of like arrogance. Yeah. And that's the moment when people start projecting their insecurities on you. Like, yo, you shouldn't be that. Like when you say, I feel great. It's like, why you feel great? Bitch, I feel great.
Why can't I feel great?
Right. But it's a thing that we can't control. People get offended by it.
Right.
But then you got to find the formula, right? It's like consciously working on your subconscious, like you said, like finding a formula that keeps your head above the water. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be depressed. Yeah, you're gonna go through these turmoils. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you gotta find that formula.
Yeah, and do what works for you. And everybody is different. So absolutely, if you need to go on YouTube and listen to I Am Affirmations, go do that. Right. And there's a ton of them. Right. I do that sometimes just because I feel like I'm just not it. And some days I'm just like, oh my God, I did some shit that was just, not a good definition of myself. I'm gonna go fix my subconscious. And you don't even have to repeat it. Just listen. Because now you have these, the words in your mind. I am great. I'm amazing. I'm confident. Even if you don't believe right in that moment, you're still feeding your subconscious. If you're always saying, man, yeah, I ain't shit. Or, like just negative, I'm not all that. Right. Who told you that? Did somebody tell you that?
It comes from somewhere, though. That's the thing, too. It's a foundation for all of that. Sometimes the household affected it, childhood.
I understand. But then you need to unlearn that. This is where absolutely we come with consciously working on the subconscious. Right. And there's this book called The Four Agreements. And I talked about this in one of my videos. And it's like, if somebody insults you and you are offended, it's because you agreed with that statement. If someone said, yo, your podcast is trash. You're going to be like,
are you fucking crazy?
yeah, because you know it's amazing.
Niggas is smoking ass crack.
But if you were offended, it's because
I somewhat agree.
You agreed. You're like, maybe it is trash.
Yeah, right.
And then you created a list in your head
Right.
as to why. And it's like, okay, well then maybe you need to work on that little list you just you know what I mean? But you can't easily be that penetrated by people's words. You need to be able to be like, that ain't it. Right. And that's where, self-love kicks in and knowing who you are kicks in. It's a never-ending journey with ourselves.
Straight up.
But you need to work on yourself consciously. You can't wait for people to validate you all the time. Because if you just waiting, it's like you fishing. Fish ain't gonna come right to your fucking hook.
Right,
you gotta do that yourself.
Absolutely.
You have to love and validate yourself. If you don't believe in you, who the fuck else will? If you walk into a room with this posture, people already, all right, cool. You walk in like this, you walking in like Eeyore, that's already like bad vibes. That's already just like, yo, lift yourself up.
Yeah.
When I walk into a new room of people, I make sure my posture is straight.
Yeah.
Because me walking in like a croissant is not it.
Absolutely. I feel that you create the circumstances that they digest. That's what it is. If you walk in the room like greatness, guess what? That's what just walked in the fucking room. Whether they want to accept it or motherfucking not. This is what we do. This is what we came to do. Now, some saying first place trophies. We did a lot during this episode, man. We laughed. We cried. You know what I'm saying? Emotional, artistic tears inside and outside. You just ain't see it, motherfucker. But, listen, this is what we came to do. We talked about a lot. Coming straight off of Banga Bash last night, Volume 4. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. The support is immense. I want to tell you that. As a person just, standing on the outside and watching it and watching the people walk in, I'm like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. People coming to support. You know what I'm saying? Support is free, and then support is one of the best drugs in the world.
I'm overwhelmed at the support I get because it's so crazy to me because it's like I'm not even from here and people still really embrace. I mean, it's like what's not to love, but it's like I'm doing a lot of dope shit for a person and I'm like executing for, and like there's some people who look at me like, yo, you really inspire me.
Right.
And to me, that's the biggest compliment because it's like, wow, I inspire you to better yourself. That's fucking amazing. Like, keep doing that. And I think it's important for us to lead by example, really show that anything can be done. Doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what you look like. If you want to do good in this world, if you want to execute some epic shit, it's possible. But everybody around me is very, very supportive, and they believe in the vision and it's all good energy. And we all just having a good time. We all just having fun. At the end of the day, this is all about having fun, building community, and It feels like a bunch of artistic rugrats. Like, it's a bunch of just running around and, obviously we involving liquor, we involving music, we involving personalities. That, to me, that's the most intriguing thing about, a setting like Banga Bash, because it's like, so many different personalities. OD, but everybody's so fire.
Yeah, for sure. It's very unique. Everybody has their own aesthetic. So when you see it mashing up and, this person's talking to that person in the cut and this person's talking to that person, you watching people, the meeting of the minds, like you watching a lot of just a fusion.
Yeah, the greatness is like unfolding. When I see like this friend talking to this friend, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I already know what they about to do.
Yeah,
because it's like this person has so much to offer in this avenue, and this person has something that maybe can elevate both of them, vice versa. That shit is so fucking cool, man. Like,
I love that, and that's real, And shout out to you for creating a setting. You know what I mean? Creating the energy for people to feel free, for people to feel like I could pull up and I'm going to have a good time.
And just be yourself.
Be yourself.
I think that's key,
I love that. This is what it is. Corrupted Conversations. We got Banga here. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, thank you for pulling up. Being so honest, being vulnerable, being legendary, being epic, being iconic. To end the show. Now, again, we are dealing with a returning guest. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think your episode was the first time I asked this question. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. And I rarely mistake. You heard? So,
I rarely mistake.
I rarely mistake.
I like that.
Now, they can watch the episode. It's on YouTube now. Go see what her answer was for this question. But we are here again, so I feel like it's only right. You feel me? If you had one word to describe the next 5 years of your life. Now, I say 5. I've explained this a few times, and I want to explain it again. Why? Because it's my fucking world. Take a seat.
Take
5
a seat.
years, close enough to call it, far enough to have an imagination.
Absolutely.
One word to describe the next 5 years of your life.
Epic.
Elaborate a little bit. Epic is a powerful word.
Yeah, because I only want to do epic shit. And it's like my life has been epic. Everything that I've like written down has come true.
Let's
and I
go.
always like shoot for the fucking stars.
Let's go.
Because anything is possible. Especially, anything's possible, period. But in New York, it's a call away.
Ooh.
It's really a call away. You know the movie 6 Degrees of Separation? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I heard of it.
We're all connected.
Yeah.
We're all stupid connected one way or another. And it's so fascinating to me. It's a small world and like anything is possible. You really just need to tell yourself that. And with hard work and opportunity, what's that quote?
Opportunity and preparation. There's another part though.
Luck is opportunity and preparation coming together.
Shut
Something
the
like
Google.
that.
No, we're gonna do it. Opportunity and preparation. Found it already. Opportunity. Oh, okay. Wait. Where is it? Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
Was that the one?
Yeah.
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, and it's like under my Tokisha picture, everybody's writing mad stuff, and somebody was like, "You're so lucky," and I was like, "No, I'm not lucky. I'm blessed." Yes.
There you go.
No, but I saw that and I was like, "Yes, I am." But I've been braiding for years.
There you go.
If I would, no, like I've been braiding for years, and I've been building relationships with my clients, not intentionally be like, get something back from them in that sense, but just because I love them.
Right.
They're homies. Like I know what's going on in everybody's life one way or another. Because you sit in that chair for an hour, we just gonna stare at each other. Like,
right.
I'm a very warm person, so I feel like people are able to, just be themselves with me. They having a bad day, they feel like they can talk about it with me. They're seeing somebody new, they're gonna tell me about it, and I love being an outlet for that. Like, okay, let's talk about it, because sometimes you don't have anybody to talk to about, you know what I mean, certain things, and I love being able to be that person. But what I'm saying, going back to like the luck thing, is like, yeah, but I'm very, very, very blessed also. But I feel like I do put so much good into this world. I deserve it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I put a lot of good into this world because that's how my heart is. I'm not trying to get back. This is laws of the universe, though. It's literally karma. You get good, you give good, you're going to get good. And blessings and the way you bless people in little ways, that comes back to you in tenfold. Because you know, a little bit here and there, but God knows what you're doing. God knows what he's doing. And
absolutely.
Epic shit only.
I love that. So we're going to end it with epic. You hear it here first. Again, Banga, thank you so much for pulling up. Last night was amazing. Shout out to everybody who pulled up again. It was, it's only growing. It's going to get bigger. On the closeout, obviously we ended with one word. Anything to the people. To the people that's watching, to the people that are inspired by the moves that you make, the dialogue that you spread. Do you have any last words for the people that are watching this on the closeout? What can you tell a young banger, a person? I don't want to say necessarily a young banger, but a person that is in a very young, rare form in their life, and they see you and they're like, "Yo, you know what I mean? She's this thing." What do you have for that person?
I just want to tell that person, whatever you feel like you want to do, whatever you're drawn to, do that shit. It may feel random, but trust me, that has something to do with your purpose and your calling.
Love it.
You know, it starts off small. It's like weird inklings. And then you look back 5 years ago and you're like, holy, if I never watered that interest, it would have never grown to what it is now. And you know, as you get older, you start to see patterns in your life. And like for me with braiding, it was so random. Like, it was the most random thing. I wasn't a little girl like, I want to be a braider like that. It was so left field for me.
Right.
And I don't know if we told the story in the other episode.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, I had that little interest. I became obsessed. What did they say? Talent is pursued interest. Because there was one day where I couldn't braid for shit.
Okay.
But now this shit be opening mad doors for me. The hell? Like, what?
Yeah.
You know, I never asked for this. I never expected this, but I'm very, very grateful. And when I have new interests now that keep calling, I pick up the phone now. What's up? What we doing?
Yeah.
Execute so you can get to that version of yourself that is, like more highly skilled and open more doors. I feel like it's hard to get rid of me. There's so much that I can do. If I go on tour with you, I could do your hair. I could be your DJ. I could speak life into you. I just bought a new camera. I'm going to start going crazy with like the videos. I really want to get into videography. And now I look at it, this is the same feeling I had when I started braiding. So I'm like, I already know this. Let's fucking go. Stop delaying. And I feel like I've been delaying it for quite some time. But I'm like, all right, let me just do this now. And this is going to open new doors. And I see a lot of like, videographers, they travel in the world. Like one of my friends with the homie, Joe Cavallini, we were talking. He's like, oh yeah, I was in Africa. I was like, all right, cool. What she was doing in Africa? He's like, oh, I was shooting something for Obama. And I'm like, what a drop, bro. Like, whoa. You know, amazing. Such a great guy, super talented, super humble, but you don't know where your talents can take you. But you just got to buckle the fuck up and be ready. Like, be the best version of yourself. Do your best.
Absolutely.
Just do your best and run with that shit. You don't know who's going to, like, come in your way and provide you with a whole new opportunity that can change your life.
Absolutely. We got deep this episode, man. Shout out to everybody again. If you are watching this, everything will be in the description. Please go follow. Please stay in tune with everything that this individual is doing. You know what I'm saying? We are here to support. That is not a request. That is a motherfucking demand. You know what I mean? Another episode, Corrupted Conversations. Until next time. Bow.